Nathan nodded at Officer Cain, then remembered something. "Oh, Officer Cain, sir, do you have any more news regarding my mother's killing?" Cain grew solemn and shook his head. "No, I'm afraid not. I wish I could do more, but it'll be hard for me to put more resources on the case, unless, of course, you were able to join us someday." I understand. You have your masters, just like everybody else. Well, perhaps I will look into that once I'm done with House Raven."
"Did the men who came here wish you to forfeit the fight?"
"Yes, they did."
"Did you consider it?"
"I did not. Now, tell me, Officer Cain, are you also here to try to persuade me against fighting in the final duel?"
What do you think?"
"No. I think you're just testing my resolve. I think that by this evening, House Raven shall cease to exist, and my family will finally be safe from all their dastardly schemes." Nathan's bold words made Deputy Cain chuckle.
"Good to hear it. Well, as you know, the Doom faction has no bias on this matter, but I can assure you that your final duel will be fought fair and square, without any funny business. No matter what Duke Godricson or his grandson wish, the outcome will be an honest one."
Nathan nodded his head, then also examined the black mask in Deputy Cain's hands. "Now that it seems the Duke and I are at a crossroads, I wish to ask you something."
"Ask away. I'll answer you as best I can."
"How powerful is Duke Godricson, really? I mean, I know he is a master-level spiritual fighter, but which tier is he exactly? I wish to know everything I can about him before I meet him face to face."
"So then, you wish to fight the Duke himself?"
"If he's anything like his grandson, then perhaps I must." Deputy Officer Cain pondered Nathan's question for a moment, as he did not wish to influence the business of the lords and dukes of his assigned fiefdom. Ultimately, he sighed and agreed to tell Nathan what he knew.
"Rodric Godricson, the fifth of his name, better known as Duke Godricson, is, as far as I know, a level 8 master spiritual warrior. I only know this because his power level is quite similar to my own, which means he must be near the stronger end of level 8, since I've only just recently reached tier 9.
"How interesting. And what of those that follow him?"
"He's known to have one close follower at master level 6, with at least 3 other warriors at master level 5. It seems you might have just recently run into them here. Anyways, with that kind of power behind him, it's no surprise that his family has been able to rule this fiefdom for many centuries. With Duke Godricson's power alone, he could easily wipe out any of his vassals, or the other noble houses of this fiefdom."
Nathan nodded quickly. He was soaking all of this in as much as possible. Judging on the way things were going, Nathan feared he'd soon have to come in conflict with the Duke, if for no other reason than the fact that Rodric hated him, and that Amelia was the woman Sir Ian wished to marry instead of Bella Godricson. As Nathan prepared a mental battle plan for the coming days ahead, Officer Cain couldn't help but chuckle again.
"I wouldn't get too far ahead of yourself, kid. You've still got this duel to get through. Who knows? Maybe you'll never get a chance to face the Duke at all. The odds against you must feel overwhelming."
Nathan smiled in response. "Test my resolve all you wish, but my answer will remain the same. In a few hours, House Raven will be slashed to pieces, and after that, Duke Godricson will fall if he gets in my way. Once all of that is done, I'll be back to asking your people questions about my mother." Cain smiled and nodded his head.
"Very well, then. We best return to the stadium soon. I'm sure the final duel is about to begin. Let's be off at once."
Calmly, Nathan shook his head.
As much as I'd like to arrive with you, sir, I think the message may be misinterpreted. I do not wish for some to question my victory on account of a Doom faction officer at my side. I'll go in a moment with my family, and, hopefully, I'll see you afterward."
Cain nodded and whistled at his acolytes to follow him to the door.
"Good thinking, smart lad. Your brain must be as big as your sword's arm bicep. I'll see you there, then."
With that, Cain and the other Doom faction members disappeared from view. Nathan sighed, then shook his head at the still mostly trashed room. He'd have to fix it up later. Nathan turned towards the nearby stairs and called out to his father's room.
"Father, sis, it's time to go. I don't want us to be late."
At the same time, the High Lord Raven anxiously paced in a circle around the outdoor courtyard in House Raven's compound. He'd taken on his ridiculously heavy Raven helmet, and the metal plating of his armor clinked together as he walked. As he moved, his mind raced through the events of the morning. The bodies of his eldest son, his old spiritual teacher, and his youngest brother had all been brought into his private quarters and lay inside like pale statues. Their faces haunted his mind as he tried to physically run from his own dread. Elder Marius's words echoed through his head as he tried to reason with himself about what to do. As soon as he'd arrived back home, he'd sent a courier off to invite Rodric Godricson over to discuss the matter. It was indeed Rodric who had sent his father's men off to intimidate Nathan Hayfield, but as Rodric approached Remus in the courtyard, his face made it clear that their latest plan had failed once again.
"What is it, Rodric? Tell me the news."
"I did just as your man asked and sent my father's best warriors to speak with Nathan, but things are taking longer than anticipated. It's been over an hour, and I've heard no word from them. I told them to come here once it was done, but—"
Suddenly, the disheveled leader of the men in black burst into the courtyard. He caught his breath as he approached and kneeled between the two nobles. Clearly, he had run straight there as soon as it was clear the mission had failed terribly.
"Young Master Rodric, sir."
Both Rodric and Remus frowned at the man's demeanor. Rodric sighed.
"Yes, what is it? What do you have to report?"
"The Hayfield boy is far beyond our wildest expectations, sire. We tried to intimidate him with our spiritual energy as you commanded, but when he unleashed his own magical abilities, they cut through ours like it was nothing. I have no doubt in my mind that the boy is at least a Master Level 6, like myself, if not stronger. Had he wished to kill us, I'm not sure we all would have made it out of there alive."
Rodric snarled at the news as Remus slumped down into a nearby chair with a defeated look on his face. Rodric's fist hit a table as he shook his head.
"A Level 6 master? Are you kidding me? You can't possibly be serious. I mean, how could that be true?"
Please subscribe to the Pocket FM YouTube channel and press the bell icon for instant notification. Check out our channel for more such exciting shows.